How's it going, everybody? Thank you very much for watching. I'm Orlando Ruiz Jr. Welcome to another classic movie review. This is my review of To Kill a Mockingbird, a great black and white classic film from 1962. This movie was directed by Robert Mulligan, and it's based on a book by Harper Lee. It stars Gregory Peck in the role of Atticus Finch. Co-starring with Gregory Peck in the film are Mary Badham and Philip Alford as Scout and Jem Finch, the two children of Atticus Finch in the film. And this movie has a lot of things going on. So after the opening titles of the film, we hear just a little bit of narrating from the Scout character as an adult. And we learn right away that this is going to be told from Scout's point of view. So everything that we're going to see is basically through her eyes, looking back on her childhood. And so one thing that her narration establishes right off the bat is that this is Alabama in the early 30s. And so you have this rural little town in Alabama. I think it's Macomb. Right away at the beginning of the film, you get a sense of what life is like for this family in this small town, the where the father goes to work and the kids just playing in front of the house and in the street with other kids. They meet a little kid that goes by Dill. According to him, he says, "My friends call me Dill." And this kid won't shut the hell up. He just talks and talks, and you can get a sense that this kid is a little bit full of crap. In the scene where Scott and Jem meet Dill for the first time, Dill's kind of running his mouth the way he does, and somebody walks by on the sidewalk and passes them. And they kind of gesture to Dill to shut the hell up for a second. And they put all their attention on this person that just passed by, who goes into his house down the street. And it's a house that looks like it needs quite a bit of upkeep and some maintenance. And when Dill asks, "Who is that?" They say, "Yeah, that's Mr. Radley." And I don't want to spoil anything in the review, but they basically tell Dill kind of a scary story concerning Mr. Radley and his son and the house, and to basically steer clear of the house. So eventually summer ends and the kids go back to school, and when they do, Scout gets into a fight every now and then, and she promises her dad not to fight, but she is kind of a tomboy, and you can tell she's the kind of little girl that won't take any crap from other kids, and she's a little insensitive to other kids as far as being kind of ignorant to what other people are feeling, or just other kids and their social status, or their financial situation as far as their family. And so there's this one scene where she embarrasses one little boy, not realizing the things that she's saying are kind of hurtful, and her brother kind of lets her know that it's wrong what she's doing, and even takes it upon himself to kind of befriend this little boy that she kind of hurts in a way, and even invites the little boy over for dinner at their home. And it's a very, very nice scene. And um, the little boy is eating with the children and Atticus, Gregory Peck, and they start talking about guns because throughout the movie, every now and then, Atticus, his son, Jem, asks about how come he doesn't have a gun, why can't he have a gun? And back in the day when kids used to get guns at Christmas and whenever they turned 12 or 13, I guess that rite of passage thing for, kids back in the day. And the little boy that comes to dinner says that, "Oh yeah, I got a gun." And you could tell Jeb is like really jealous of this kid because he's obviously younger than him, he's smaller than him, yet his dad will let him have his own gun, and kind of trying to use this kid as an example, and wants his dad to take the hint basically. In the middle of all the gun talk, Atticus shares something with the two boys that his father once told him when he was a young boy, and that is when it comes to target practice and shooting certain kinds of birds, because young boys tend to do that kind of thing in the country, that you must never kill a mockingbird. That certain kind of birds might be all right, but that mockingbirds, that they're always singing, they're always serenading us, and so it is a sin and a crime to kill a mockingbird. Eventually, school ends, and then it's summertime again, and then Dale comes back to stay with his aunt for the summer, and then they all play again, and they all go to the spooky Radley house and play Ding Dong Ditch, and they're just having fun being kids and all that. And you really feel like this is kind of a coming of age type movie for a bit, and for the most part, it is, but then another element makes its way into the film about halfway through, and that is this courtroom drama with this trial that happens when Atticus takes a job, him being an attorney, takes a job defending a man named Tom Robinson, who was a black man who is accused of uh, sexual assault, basically, and the victim is a white woman, and so it being the early 30s in Alabama, you can see it's going to be quite the mess, and so Atticus ends up having a lot to deal with and a lot on his plate, and gets to the point where um, he goes to see the family of the man who like the wife and kids of the man that is arrested, and just to kind of keep letting them know what's going on. And whenever he goes to their house, um, the father of the victim is there, like stalking them, and uh, he goes as far as to spit on Atticus's face at one point in the film, calls him a nigger lover. And this is 1962. In 1962, for this kind of thing in a mainstream movie, um, this is pretty powerful, groundbreaking stuff. Even though the film is mostly told through the eyes of the Finch children, it's not lost on me as the viewer what the character of Atticus Finch is going through in this film. Because for all the racial crap that he has to put up with because of the people looking down on him for him taking the case of defending a black man being in the South, and seeing how his kids have to deal with other kids on the playground, through his performance, Gregory Peck does a great job of conveying all the stress and all the heartache and heartbreak that he endures while seeing his children go through this thing with him while he accepts this case, and his children are, like, made fun of and talked crap to at school by other kids that are like racist and have racist parents. I gotta say, director Robert Mulligan did a really great job, an amazing job with this film, in terms of the way he directed his actors, in terms of the way he shot the film. It is a perfectly paced movie. There's never a dull moment. There's never a line or a scene that feels out of place or like it shouldn't be there. From the acting to the directing to the incredible writing to the incredible music score from Elmer Bernstein, who gave us the music scores of Ghostbusters and Airplane and Stripes and The Magnificent Seven. This is a four-star masterpiece and one of the greatest films of all time. To this day, still very, very relevant, and a movie that everybody should see at least once. To Kill a Mockingbird. Check this movie out. I know it's on Peacock. I've seen it there a few times. Those of you that know me know that I'm a hard copy kind of guy, and so I do encourage people to get hard copies themselves. This is my copy, my Blu-ray of To Kill a Mockingbird. That's a young 1962. Gregory Peck there. Yes, To Kill a Mockingbird. One of the best films ever. So that's going to do it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. And if you're into classic films, hit the bell and subscribe, become a member, and look out for more classic movie reviews. Check out the playlist. I have many different reviews on movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some modern classics. Every now and then I'll talk about a new movie, but for the most part, it's all classic movie talk for the most part, with exceptions every now and then. Please don't forget to comment, like, and share, and look out for the next classic movie review. Till next time, take care of each other.